In this podcast episode, Rich Roll speaks with Annaka Harris, a prominent author and consciousness advocate, about the nature of consciousness and its fundamental role in reality. The discussion delves into the complexities of consciousness, the hard problem associated with it, and the implications of viewing consciousness as a fundamental aspect of the universe rather than merely an emergent property of complex matter. Harris begins by clarifying what she means by consciousness, emphasizing that it is not merely about human thought or self-awareness, but rather the simple fact of felt experience. She poses a critical question: why would a non-conscious universe configure itself to manifest conscious experience? This inquiry leads to what is known as the hard problem of consciousness, which refers to the difficulty of explaining why and how we have subjective experiences. As the conversation unfolds, Harris challenges the prevailing assumption that consciousness arises solely from complex systems, such as the human brain. Instead, she suggests that consciousness might be a fundamental property of the universe, akin to space and time. This perspective invites a reevaluation of how we understand consciousness and its relationship to the physical world. Harris discusses the neuroscience behind the concept of self, noting that our perception of a concrete self is an illusion. Through practices like meditation, individuals can experience a dissolution of this illusion, leading to a sense of spaceless consciousness. This experience aligns with the views of many physicists who believe that space itself is an emergent property rather than a fundamental aspect of reality. The conversation touches on the implications of this understanding for our daily lives. Harris argues that recognizing the illusory nature of the self can lead to a deeper sense of connection with others and the universe. This perspective fosters compassion and empathy, as it highlights the interconnectedness of all conscious experiences. Reflecting on her own journey, Harris shares how her views on consciousness have evolved over time. Initially, she believed that neuroscience would eventually unravel the mysteries of consciousness. However, as she engaged more deeply with the subject, she began to question the assumptions underlying this belief. The more she explored, the more she realized that the hard problem of consciousness remains unresolved, prompting her to consider the possibility that consciousness is fundamental. Harris emphasizes the importance of interdisciplinary dialogue in addressing the complexities of consciousness. She advocates for a collaborative approach that includes insights from neuroscience, physics, philosophy, and even meditation practices. This holistic perspective can lead to a richer understanding of consciousness and its implications for our understanding of reality. As the conversation shifts to artificial intelligence, AI, Harris raises important questions about the nature of consciousness in non-human systems. She cautions against assuming that advanced AI will necessarily possess consciousness simply because it exhibits complex behavior. Instead, she argues that AI, built from different materials and processes, may generate experiences that are vastly different from human consciousness. This distinction is crucial as society grapples with the rapid advancement of AI technologies. Harris suggests that we must remain vigilant in our assumptions about consciousness and be open to the possibility that other forms of consciousness may exist in the universe, even if they do not resemble our own. Throughout the discussion, Harris emphasizes the interconnectedness of all conscious experiences. She posits that if consciousness is fundamental, then everything in the universe is part of a larger tapestry of felt experiences. This perspective challenges the notion of separateness that often dominates human thought and behavior. Harris encourages listeners to embrace the mystery of consciousness and the universe. She believes that acknowledging our limitations in understanding can lead to a more profound appreciation for the complexities of existence. By fostering curiosity and compassion, individuals can cultivate a deeper connection to themselves, others, and the world around them.